What's going on, guys? It's Crazy for Coins here, and today's topic we're going to be talking about the stock market, penny stocks, and just slightly into gold and silver, but mainly I'm going to be talking about penny stocks. Now, specifically speaking, I would just want to show you guys a really good penny stock, and this actually happened for today. So I'm just going to pull this up for a second, and you're just going to see what I'm talking about. Okay. So what you see here is KGKG, Kona Gold Solutions Inc. No, it's not gold, guys. It's weed. But typically speaking, this is just your, it just looks like your typical penny stock. It trades currently at 8 and 8 tenths of a penny. But if you look, guys, why I'm going to explain to you why this was a good setup for a Friday night hold into today. You're going to see on the 14-day chart, actually, you know what, we're going to pull up the 5-day chart. But do you see this spike right here? Um, you could see, a nice, it started, it had some action right here on Tuesday, and then Wednesday, you saw this little spike and then a quick reject. Now, you're going to notice on Friday, the volume really starts to build back up again. And you could see that right there, this is what we call in the stock market, not just penny stocks, but a resistance level. And it usually typically works better with OTCs or over-the-counter stocks slash penny stocks and NASDAQ. But low float, low market cap NASDAQ, meaning that there aren't too many shares traded. We're talking a stock that's like a $20 million market cap, $30 million market cap, meaning the total amount of currency invested at any given time into a company. But you could see right here that this is the resistance level at that 6 and 7 tenths ish, give or take. But over here, you could see that the stock really starts to move right on Friday. Now, if you look right here, briefly, it broke through the resistance level. But a level right there, if you note the time, guys, and the level where it is, it's around 221, I believe it is. That's, yeah, 221. So semi still in midday. So a lot of people at this time are going out for lunch, guys, or whatever the heck they're doing. Your best bet is to wait from 3 to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Um, that's number one. Number two, typically you don't really want to buy the first breakout you see. Depending, I found that more times than not, you're better off just waiting. Let the stock break out, which it just did here, and then most of the time you get this pullback, which is what you see right here. It's not really dramatic, but other stocks it would be. But you get this pullback right here, and the breakout is in doubt. People are not sure, oh, is it a breakout or is it a fake out? Meaning, it looks like it broke out above this level right here, but clearly, it had a little pullback and then it rejected. So people are, faked out right here, thinking, oh, it's so it's best to wait and see if this is a real breakout or a fake breakout. And you could see right here, though, on this, you see more volume come in. Other than this one big volume bar, you see more volume come in right here. Now, once again, this time it looks more convincing, and then it pulls back and it holds. So, again, this is a good example of a breakout. And the reason why it's a good breakout, guys, is because at a good breakout and a good hold overnight is because it's a lower, obviously it's a super low priced over the counter stock. But with these kind of stocks, you really don't have to worry nearly as much or as much at all with financings like if you do with a NASDAQ biotech stock that's low float, low market cap, that spikes, 100, 200, 300%. because these stocks typically they burn through cash. So they're going to need cash in order to fund their drug pipeline or whatever research that they're looking to do. So this again, good example, guys, and the reason is because the volume, as I've briefly mentioned before, the volume is pretty strong. Um, and if you look at the year, we'll look at the 2 year chart. Look how high the volume has been, guys. We got a really nice run up. Um, super high volume, close to 40 million shares traded, which is what I really like to see. And the other thing I like to see, guys, is the fact you see where the stock is. It's at a 52-week high, and you see that there's no overhead resistance. All this, we've already broke through all this overhead resistance, guys. So again, like I said, this perfect example of a great breakout. Now, the key again is when you get into these things, always look at your risk reward level. Always keep that in mind. So I wasn't unfortunately in this trade. I just happened to see this in the morning. I happened to see somebody message it on the message boards, and I happened to look at it, and it was trading at the time. It was like 8 cents or so. But I didn't chase it. I didn't want to chase it because I know the breakout level was just below 7 cents a share. So it's really at that point, it's not really a great trade. So I decided to stay away from it. But anyway, guys, you see how closed. No, not only that, but you see how strong that the stock closed. Um, it closed right near the high on a Friday. Now, short sellers, typically a stock like this is probably not going to have a whole lot of short sellers, only because these penny stocks have much higher fees associated with trying to short something like this. But usually Fridays are the best days, guys, to go long overnight, because short sellers don't really want to hold overnight to think, and they have to worry about, oh my God, is the company going to come out with good news or not? So they won't want to hold overnight. And this is what you get, guys. Something like this, you get a nice, what you call a morning spike. And something like this, you want to just sell right into that strength. You had a nice fake out right here, guys. It's tough to say whether or not I'd be faked out or whether you'd be faked out or not. That's just the beauty of the stock market. It's not an exact science, and you have all these other people that are competing against you who have different risk reward levels, different logic thinkings, or illogical rational thinking, and it's just an imperfect market. And that is how you make well, you don't actually really make currency in the stock market. It's merely a transfer of wealth. It's more or less um, you were able to buy the stock cheaper than 50 other people, and you're basically taking their cash. So it's not really where you're making it, hearsay, but you're basically quote unquote smarter than the other guys because you got in at a lower price and they're just buying it, after you did. So again, perfect breakout, guys. Perfectly good example of one. Good volume, good sector. This is the weed sector, which has been not recently, but a month ago or so, it's been red hot. I mean, you just look at. I'm just going to pull up another quick chart, guys. You're going to look at the leader, Tilray. I mean, look at that. I mean, just guys, it's just an explosion. What's another one? CGC, CRON. Just, I mean, there's like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more that I just don't remember at this point. But basically, that covers the penny stocks, guys. Overall market wise, just a quick couple of comments in the overall market. The overall market's really dropping. It looks like, we've hit a bit of a wall um, at 26, almost 27,000. So we'll see if we can break through this. I think it might be a little bit difficult for the market to break through this right now because, I mean, you look at the big stocks, the FANG stocks, as they call them, Apple, it's not really doing so hot. Their last quarterly earnings, people are concerned that the iPhone sales are really starting to slow, and that is honestly where a good chunk of their revenue comes from. So if the iPhone sales slow, the growth slows, then which I believe we're close to seeing Apple not being able to run as it had in the past. Amazon, you could just see Amazon guys. Let me go back. Back. Come on. Come on. There you are. Amazon. That one's looking all right, guys. I wouldn't. I don't know if I'm worried too much. I don't own it, Amazon, but I don't know if I worry too much with Amazon. Was Apple, but still, Apple. Amazon has pulled back, and obviously the worst one of them all is Facebook, which is clearly just in a death spiral right now. It's just the chart is just plain absolutely hideous. Um, Now, my final comment, and I'm going to make this in a future video before I do my final comment, is that I'm going to be talking specifically much more in depth about penny stocks, and I'm going to be making this. I think I'm going to be making this, guys, officially Stock Market Monday. So we have no pants Friday. It's going to be, I think, officially Stock Market Monday, where once a week I'm going to be going over, some things I maybe want to be talking about in the stock market, whether it be penny stocks, maybe the regular overall stock market opinions, whatever the case it may be. And then again, I'll devote a couple of days towards maybe coins or gold or silver, and then maybe 1 day or 2 days depending on health and fitness, which I have yet to get to. But anyway, the other topic I want to talk to you guys quick about is the precious metals, which are starting to roll back down. Quickly, silver, guys. I would really advise you guys to hold off on silver buying of it, because if you look, we are right smack at support, and we really failed to bounce, guys, which is really not a good sign. I don't see anything to stop the US dollar rise, which is at 97 right now. I think it goes up a couple more points or so. So if we break this support right here, it could get really ugly. And I do think that we have another big leg down, final leg down for silver prices before I would recommend buying. As opposed to gold, if you look at silver and gold, so right now you're looking quick at the 5-year chart in the SLV. The GLD 5-year chart, look at that, guys. It has to go all the way down here. It has to go down $14 more to get, and this is, like I said so many times before, gold has outperformed silver. But we have so much lower to go before we hit the 5-year low. So right now, ignore silver for now. If it drops, like I said, if it drops significantly down to like 12 or 11, then I'm going to flip it from the worst metal to the best metal. Just not right now. Gold for now is just what I'm going to continue to stack. All right, guys. The market is looking really ugly out there. Be safe and have a nice day.